Here are some of the many companies that offer CSAT software. Some of you will probably recognize as they generate business from successful companies and brands. We're going to compare Alchemer and SurveyMonkey to demonstrate the different possibilities. This slide illustrates a brief glimpse of the first step into creating a survey on SurveyMonkey.com. It's an open layout that offers various options to choose from. You can start from scratch, which you will see in the next example is much like how Alchemer software is. You can build your survey using AI, or you can use a popular template, which is what I decided to click on. As you can see below, it generates many ideas that are tailored to customer feedback.
This video will demonstrate how Alchemer software enables managers to strategically craft survey questions. You can see here you receive a fatigue and accessibility score. Fatigue measures how long and/or complex the survey is. A high score would indicate a prolonged survey experience that could be improved to avoid disinterest. An accessibility score measures how accessible surveys are for people with special needs. A low score would reflect that it's less accessible and needs refined. Now that we've discussed the scoring, we can go ahead and create our survey. You would go to the blue bar, Create New, and you get these options: create a survey, create a form, create a pool, create a payment form. We are going to click Create a Survey and name it CIT, but you can name it anything that you would like and click Start Building. It brings you to a home page. From here, you can add new question. And we're going to begin our first question. But here you can truly see how many options you have when it comes to measuring support workers. I mean, there's just endless possibilities of what you can do. The question we type, is there anything the agent could have done better? If so, what would have made your experience better? And here we're going to use the essay form that gives people the option to just type in a free answer. Save question. And here's what our first question looks like. Now for our second question, how would you rate the overall interaction with the customer service agent? Very good, good, okay, poor, very poor. I had those typed in for the sake of time, but you can see you could type in the range that you want. And once you click save, that's how it generates. Please rate your overall satisfaction with the customer service agent. Here we're going to use the Likert scale, which you've probably seen before. And you select a range and click Save Question. And as you can see, you can start to see how easy it is to construct what type of questions you want to ask and how you want to ask them and how you want people to rate them. How likely are you to recommend the agent you spoke with to a friend or family member? Here we're going to use the NPS score, which uses numbers for measurement. And you can edit all of that. I chose 0 to 10 just to give you a gist of. So here's the end page, which is all editable. You can customize it to however you want a person to see it. Here we're going to test our survey. So it says experience the thrill of taking your own survey, and we click new test response. And here it gives you an example on taking your own survey. So now you see all of the questions we constructed are viewable on one page for us to example. And there we took our test evaluation. So we got to judge the survey we created, which gives employers an insight on how they want to release surveys and customize them to support workers. What has been fascinating about researching this topic is seeing the behind the scenes of surveys we take every single day.
The Alchemer case study revealed customer service challenges was solely using Gladly. Gladly helps brands strengthen customer relationships, but at the time it wasn't enough. The business struggled to meet the needs of customers using an outdated system of manually sending surveys that took days. Consequently, this resulted in unresponsive customers. The company integrated Alchemer and they could finally trigger surveys right after every customer experience. 3 months with Alchemer delivered over 12,000 customer surveys. 3/4 of all their customers filled out a survey. As you can see, 15% of all those were negative, so now the company were able to measure strengths and weaknesses with support interactions in the results.
As for real world implementations of the Alchemer's CSAT metrics, many companies use them, such as Safeway, FedEx, Marriott, Constant Contact, and Malwarebytes. On one end of the spectrum, Safeway has a 34% CSAT rating, according to Comparably, which shows the company that overall they need to improve drastically when it comes to satisfying customers and meeting expectations. On the other side, Marriott has a 64% CSAT rating, which they may use to improve specific things. What is a specific need that customers feel they are unsatisfied by? On the whole, they're not doing too bad, which helps us narrow down what is really, really driving home the customer satisfaction or unsatisfaction.
This gives you an idea of what individual and small companies pay to access this software. The business platform doesn't display their prices, but that category services complex feedback accumulation. You can see here the range of prices that go down to up, depending on which software you need. In another case, a help desk company surveyed their own support workers. There are many benefits to this, but I'm going to quote the process and purpose of these surveys. It seeks the employee's level of satisfaction with the resolution provided, the effectiveness of the help desk agent, and any areas of improvement. If the employee indicates on the survey that they're not satisfied with the resolution, the IT team receives a message to follow up with the employee with the immediate action assigned to the team member who worked on that specific ticket. Next is an example of a support worker survey by Alchemer. These types of questions promote improvement while also maintaining open communication and satisfaction of support workers. I'll only read a couple for the sake of time, but you can see how the questions are crafted to detect improvements. How would you rate the overall ease and clarity of the issue reported by the employee? Did you feel equipped with the necessary resources/tools to effectively resolve the issue? How satisfied are you with the solution you provided for the reported issue? Metrics give managers the unique ability to connect feedback to quality of service. By looking at what Alchemer and SurveyMonkey offer, we get a front row seat of how managers can access tools to tailor surveys, as well as access results that otherwise would have remained undisclosed. This presentation demonstrates how quantitative data advances support worker teams while improving overall customer service.